Welcome to today's deep dive. So, usually when we talk about managing a project, there's this expectation of absolute rigid control. Like you plug your destination into a GPS and you just blindly follow the turn-by-turn directions.
Right, completely ignoring the reality of the traffic right in front of you.
Exactly. You're just staring at the screen. But when you step into agile project management, you kind of lose that GPS signal entirely. You aren't given a rigid map, you're given a compass.
I love that compass analogy.
Yeah. And today we're unpacking the course materials for Module 1, which is all about how agile project management is actually a mindset. We're going to explore its foundational I.M.P.A.C.T.A principles and reference this, honestly, pretty surreal infographic with wizard dogs.
Yeah, wizard dogs are great.
They really are.
Yeah.
But the main mission today is figuring out how to stop just completing tasks and start actually delivering value for you in your own work.
Yeah, and that GPS versus compass analogy gets right to the heart of the friction teams feel, when they're adopting Agile. A traditional plan just manages you through these detailed instructions.
Right.
But a compass gives a team a shared direction and, the autonomy to actually navigate the terrain. And that compass is what the I.M.P.A.C.T.A framework represents.
Remind us what I.M.P.A.C.T.A stands for again.
Mm.
It's an acronym, right?
Yeah, so it stands for Imagine the Customer, Make Value Visible, People Before Process, Act Together, Create Incrementally, Think in Outcomes, and Always Improve.
Wow, okay, that's a lot, but I totally see the appeal of the compass idea.
Mhm.
Let's be real, though. If there's like a massive corporate budget on the line telling executives, hey, we're throwing away the map and we'll just navigate as we go.
Oh, yeah, they hate that.
Right. It sounds like a recipe for total chaos. Like, how does Agile prevent this from turning into a free-for-all where just, no planning happens at all?
That executive anxiety is exactly why predictive planning is so deeply ingrained in corporate culture. It feels really safe to try and predict the future perfectly on day one.
Having a massive Gantt chart makes people feel secure.
Exactly. But the course materials, and specifically that scroll the wizard dogs are holding in the infographic, they highlight the necessary shift from predictive to adaptive planning.
Okay, adaptive.
Right, because assuming you can accurately predict a complex project's future 12 months out is, it's basically magical thinking.
Hence the wizard dogs.
Exactly. Agile doesn't eliminate planning at all. It just makes planning continuous. You are constantly course-correcting based on reality.
But, adapting on the fly only works if everyone on the team actually knows what the true end goal is.
Which kind of brings us to a pivotal letter in the I.M.P.A.C.T.A framework, which is Think in Outcomes.
Oh, absolutely.
The module draws a really sharp line between activity, output, outcome, and value. For anyone who has ever felt incredibly busy but accomplished nothing, this distinction is it's everything. Let's break those down a bit. So activity is your developer writing lines of code.
Okay, so just being busy.
Yeah, exactly. Output is actually launching the new software feature. But the outcome is whether a user actually clicks the new button.
Oh, I see.
And then the value is the revenue generated or, the time saved by that click.
So traditional management often just stops at output.
Right. They launch the feature and call it a day. But Agile forces the team to measure success purely by outcome and value.
Wow, okay. So when you measure success by the outcome, rather than just ticking boxes on a spreadsheet, the entire dynamic between roles has to shift, doesn't it?
Oh, completely.
Like an Agile PM, product owner, scrum master, and the development team, they can't operate in their isolated silos anymore.
No, the friction here is shifting from individual heroics to shared ownership. This leans heavily into the people before process and act together principles.
So everyone shares the burden.
Yeah, the product owner might define what value looks like, and the scrum master might clear the roadblocks, but the accountability for delivering that actual outcome belongs to everyone.
I love how the module's practical experience exercise simulates this reality check.
Yeah.
Like, you're handed this fictional project with a pristine plan, and then suddenly customer needs just radically change.
It's a great exercise. Half of the assumptions you started with are entirely wrong.
Yeah, and you are forced to decide what to kill, what to change, and what to keep doing.
Right. It forces you to flex that adaptive planning muscle we talked about. You can't just point to the original requirements document and say, well, I did my part.
Right, you have to evaluate the new reality and pivot entirely to protect the customer value.
Which completely aligns with the overarching course promise, right? Turning ideas into customer outcomes to build better thinking and healthier organizations.
It requires a really uncomfortable shift in mindset.
It does. You have to constantly evaluate if the work you're doing today is actually moving the needle or if it is just noise.
So we want to leave you with the central pause and think provocation from the module, but maybe take it one step further. We've established that Agile demands a shift from output to outcome.
Right?
But consider the psychology of your own organization. If your company culture still financially rewards people purely for looking busy, like for the sheer volume of code written or hours logged, how can you expect any team to ever put the compass first?
That is a massive barrier. An agile framework is ultimately only as effective as the environment you build around it.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So that is something for you to chew on next time you sit down to plan your week. Are you merely managing a project, or are you helping people create a valuable outcome?